Welcome into the lounge presented by DraftKings. We are thrilled to be joined by running back Keaton Mitchell. And Keaton, I'll start here. Your speed, kind of the headline here. Did you know that you have the 2 fastest speeds of any ball carrier on the Ravens so far this season?
No, I ain't know that.
You did not know it?
No, I ain't run full speed yet.
Ooh, it's a teaser. That's a teaser, folks. All right, so you hit 20.99 miles per hour on your 40-yard touchdown run, the Seahawks one.
Oh, okay.
And then on your Browns run, 20.92.
Okay.
Do you know, have you ever been clocked top speed? What is your top speed?
My last year in college, I was at 22.6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your top speed, Garrett?
It's not 22.6. I can tell you that right now.
2.6.
Yeah, exactly. Cut that in half or something like that. Yeah. So, 22.6, I'd have to go back. I mean, we're talking, that's one of the top speeds in the NFL. I mean, that's Tyreek Hill type level speed right there.
Yeah.
You got
DK
it.
Metcalf.
Yeah.
So, talking about, it's always a debate in the locker room. Who's the fastest guy on the team? Obviously, Lamar's really fast. Yeah. He's never been timed, though.
Yeah.
Folks don't really remember that. He never did. He didn't run the 40.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. We got some speed in that locker room.
Yeah.
Like, some names that ain't never been mentioned.
Well, Duvernay was a track star.
Jalen Amore Davis.
Okay.
He can run.
Armour Davis.
Me.
He's fast.
I was like, okay, he got some speed to him.
Okay, so I know you're a rookie, so you don't go around, puffing your chest out, thumping your chest. Do you play it low key? Low key, I'm the fastest. I'm just not going to say much. How do you kind of play that?
I don't really talk about it for real. They just be like, nah, you got it. Like, I was talking to Nelson. What was it, during the game? He was like, or before the game? It was sometime he was like, nah, you the fastest. And I was like,
I'll take
okay.
Yeah, I don't really be talking about it though.
He's like, I don't need to talk about it. You got the stats right there.
Exactly,
right?
I got the numbers.
You saw the numbers.
Nah, they fast though. What was they speed this year?
I'm not sure who has the 3rd fastest time. We're going to have to check the numbers on that. I don't have that in front of me, but we can go back and find that.
Yeah, Duvernay is somebody who's had the top speed in past years. He's got, especially on some of those kickoff return, he can run.
Yeah, he fast too.
A lot of it's when do you get to open up? Do you get to the opportunity to run full speed?
Yeah, facts.
That's part of it.
And is that why you feel like even on the that run against the Seahawks or the Browns, you didn't feel like you hit top speed on those?
No.
And why? Why not? Why? You just?
I was battling a hamstring issue, but
yeah,
I'm good now.
All right.
I just need another chance.
Yeah. All right. I think we can. Yeah, I'll talk to the offensive lineman. I think we can make that happen.
Oh yeah.
So I remember asking you about your speed, and you said it was a little bit later to develop. Can you talk about that? When did your speed come about?
I always had speed, but like in high school, I break away. And then in college, I realized, dang. When I watch film, I'm like, yeah, I look faster. Way faster.
Way faster.
And it was every year, I was getting faster and faster. My sophomore year, I was talking to Roger Harris. And I was like, I bet you I got faster this year. I felt good. And then my junior year, my last year, that's when I hit 22.6. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, this is legit.
Yeah.
But you told me you weren't always the fastest kid growing up.
No.
So
did you train?
So how does that develop?
Yeah. So in the off season of college, I trained my dad. For the combine, I was training with my dad, just me and him, and a linebacker that went to my school. We were just training in the basement, and then we got a little facility we went to, and we just trained there for real. Worked on speed.
That's
nice.
pretty neat. Now,
I feel like the running back, all the drills, that's just natural. You got to do them just to get the feel of it, but I was like, I'm cool. I just need to get this 40 time. And it's crazy because I rolled my ankle 3 days before I went.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, dang.
And what did you run at? What was your
4.3
pro day or combine or
combine?
4.3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you happy with that time?
Nah.
Really? See,
nah. Kyle rolled my ankle. I was mad. We got it.
Well, were you aiming up? Were you eyeing up 4.2?
Yeah. Yeah. I was hitting 4.2.
4.2 flat or what?
Nah, 4.27, 4.28.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad bought a little laser thing, and I was just hitting 4.3 consistently, 4.3 flat consistently.
Well, so I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves here a little bit, but I mean, if you had run those numbers, if you hadn't rolled your ankle, you feel like you probably would have been drafted.
I mean, I can't control the offices. I
Yeah.
don't know what they be looking at, but I don't know.
Somebody else could have taken you, man. I'm kind of, I'm kind of glad the ankle rolled. I'm not gonna lie.
It worked out all good.
Yeah. Well, so I'm curious. We can talk a little bit about the draft weekend and ended up here.
Yeah.
Like how was draft weekend for you? Like was that a difficult memory, or does it end in a happy place because you ended up coming here? Like how do you view draft weekend?
I mean, I can't control nothing. I just thank God that I'm here. But draft weekend, I'm just sitting in the living room with my family. We just watching the draft. All these running backs getting picked. I'm like, dang. I ended up going upstairs in my room. I'm like, man, I ain't watching that junk no more. And I was getting calls from a lot of teams. Oh, we looking to pick you up here like at 4th round, 5th round.
Oh wow.
I'm like, oh, y'all got like 4 picks left.
Mm-hmm.
Never got called. Then at the end of the draft, the teams was calling me. I was like, yeah, I picked up 2 running backs.
Wow, right. Teams that had drafted 2 running backs are calling you.
A running back or 2. I was like, no, I ain't going there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when did the conversations with the Ravens start? Like when you're going through the pre-draft process, did you talk to them either at the combine or your pro day, or like
I talked to him at the combine. We were going over plays and stuff and all that. And then they were the second team that called me.
The second team that called you on draft day.
Yeah.
Right. And
at
so
the end of the draft.
did obviously I imagine for listeners who don't know, Keaton's dad Anthony played for the Ravens, won a Super Bowl with the Ravens in 2000 as a safety.
Yeah.
And so I would have to imagine that your dad was nudging you in the direction of going to Baltimore. Is that a fair assessment?
I mean, it was like a mutual, like, you went to the Ravens, why not? I mean, but we looked at all the things like
Depth charts.
Yeah, the depth charts, running backs, they contracts and all that stuff, and Ravens was the best fit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, who else was in the running? I just want to know who we beat out for your services, because that will make me feel good for years to come.
Arizona, Jets, the Cowboys called me during the draft. Arizona, Jets, Cowboys. I think the Rams called me.
Oh, revenge game.
Yeah.
Gotta show them.
Yeah.
Gotta show them.
Yeah. Those are the teams I can remember right now.
Okay.
So like when you're going through the process of like making a decision, you're looking at the depth charts. You know the history of your dad playing here. Like, how does all of that kind of unfold? You're sitting, you make the decision that night. I'm curious, like, what that night looks like. You make the decision that night. You got all the depth charts pulled up. You're thinking through all this stuff. You're also dealing with like the lows of kind of a disappointing draft weekend. Like, walk me through that process a little bit.
Yeah. So I was talking to Coach Taggart. We were talking. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you back. We get the search in. Called him back. Like, look, let's do it. Like, I'm trying to come to the Ravens. And then got up here. I mean, we had a ball though. Me and my dad, my brother, my mom, we was all happy. My girl, we was all happy because my girl from Maryland too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it all worked out perfect.
Yeah. And so when you make that decision, like, every football player is confident and you're confident in your abilities, but are you thinking at that time, oh, I'm going to make that 53? Are you thinking, all right, maybe this could be a practice squad opportunity? Like, what is your mindset when you sign here as an undrafted free agent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody be like, I'm just trying to make practice squad. I'm trying to make the roster. So one thing my dad told me, because he was a big special teams guy here, so he was like, special teams was going to do it for you. So I came up here doing all the running back stuff, trying to show my ability. And then special teams coach, Chris, he was like, you going to make your money on special teams? I was like, let's do it. I was on all 4, L5 at kickoff. I ain't never been in the middle. Gunner, left end on punt return, Like usually you'll think like I'm gonna be at returner, like,
Right.
but I'm trying to get on the field, like it don't matter where, just put me somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, he gave me my shot, so I appreciate him for that.
It's cool.
At what point during the summer did you feel like, all right, I'm making plays, I have a realistic shot of making this 53? At what point did you feel like, as a rookie, undrafted, it's tough. At what point did you feel like, I can hang, I'm going to make this team?
I mean, I was making plays like I was making one play I made. It was like a deep ball versus a corner. Like I guess they wasn't a go ball.
Go
like,
ball.
I guess they wasn't expecting me to beat the corner like that, but everybody was like, "Ooh, like yeah, I like that." Like, and then my one-on-one routes, I was getting open on the one-on-one routes. Even if I didn't get the ball, like I was open. I'm pretty sure they seen that, and yeah, they just like my big playability. Like once I feel like, because everybody here was like SEC, like going against talent that was bigger than AAC, but nah, I feel like from the jump when I made that play, I was like, cool, I feel like I got a chance.
That's cool. Take us into the emotions of when you do make the 53-man roster. What was that day like?
Oh, it was cool, like seeing my name. Called my father, like I made it. And then he was happy for me. Then he always humbled me, like right then and there. All right, cool. We expected that. Like he expected that. So trying to get on the field, trying to make plays, get on special teams, get on the field like as soon as you can. Like you cool, you made 53, man. Come on, get your body right, because I was on IR from the start, first 4 games. So like, get your body right. You ain't gonna make the club in the tub, so get out that tub, man. Get out the training room, get on the field. So I found me a little routine, so I'm good now.
Yeah. I think fans are always interested, like, do they call you? Did you get a call that says, hey, you made it? Or sometimes I say, like, I didn't get the call. Like, Tylen Wallace told a story about he was sitting in the parking lot basically waiting.
Yeah, he told me that story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think running back coach texted me first.
Okay.
I think he texted me first. And I was like,
and you got the good news. Was it kind of, to the point that your dad made? So you make the team, but then you're dealing with the shoulder, so you go on injured reserve.
Yeah.
And was it a little bit like, I don't know, it's kind of, it's great you make the team, but it's also disappointing that you're going to go, on the shelf for a little bit and not be able to play.
Okay. I remember now. So that day, they were sending everybody home, like, and I'm getting ready for practice. Like, my shoulder was messed up. I'm like, man, I gotta practice. This is the last practice of cuts. So, dude who's sending everybody home come up to me, look, you gotta go upstairs. And everybody in the locker room just looked at me like, I know he ain't finna get cut. Like, I'm like, oh, shoot, I gotta go upstairs. And they were like, then we had that talk, like, we gonna put you on IR, we got a plan. What do I like? Am I cut? Like, did I make it? They were like, you ain't cut. But they ain't tell me I made it then, like right there. They're like, nah, you not cut. They're like, we just got a plan for you, just sticking around. I guess he ain't want to tell me that I made it yet. He wanted somebody else to tell me. Or, I don't know, but I thought I was cut. I was sweating. I was like, man, what's going on? I was scared.
That's funny. That's funny.
And so then, you come back from the injury, right? And, you get on the field and you pretty quickly show that, like, hey, this isn't too big for me. Like, I can make plays. I'm a player. What did that mean to you once you actually got into game action during the regular season to make a quick impact?
I mean, it means a lot to me. We got a good old line. They just give me some good opportunities. They'll create some holes, and it's just up to me. Just trust them and do what you do. But when I made my debut in London, I was just at gunner and on special teams. I was like, man, I'm finna make the best of it. Like, so I create a flag. I guess I did good. Yeah. But when I versus Seattle, I mean, who would have thought that would have went like that? But
yeah, I mean, you had 2 offensive snaps in 2 games going into that Seattle game, and then you just explode for this massive game and the long touchdown run. What were the emotions of that day like? Can you tell us any stories from what was a really magical breakout day that really captured the nation's attention.
Yeah, it was good having the whole team like you seen the sideline, like they was real happy. Like I was like, dang, they really appreciate me and trusting me, and that's when I really built their trust or got their trust. I was like, dang, I feel them, like where they coming from. I just had to build from there. Like, here we go, like trying to get rolling.
How much does that trust really kind of catapult a rookie who's finding his way in the league?
I mean, Lamar, he'll like say a little something here and there, like, let's go, you in here, like, come on, like, I trust you, like. And I feel I get that energy, like, from the team. Like, Pat Ricard come up to me almost all the time, be like, you doing a good job, but just keep going, like, keep trusting. Like, mostly everybody on the O-line, Moses, he come up to me, but he been, so he know a coach that was coaching me in college, and my college coach told him to, like, look out for me. So he was always there, like, keep going, bro. You doing good. Like, everybody see it. And I got that energy from everybody in the room. Like, okay, it's time to lock in. Like, practice every day, locked in.
It's, in talking to you, like, I just get the sense that, like, none of this success that you're having as a rookie is surprising to you. Like, you expected it of yourself.
Yeah.
Is that how you see it?
I mean, yeah, like, I always knew what I can do. I just need the opportunity, and each and every week they just giving me the opportunity. Like, every practice, like, I treat that like game mode, like, work on something every day. Like, don't go out there just to be ready to get done with practice. Like, actually going there with intent. You want to get better at something. So I just, like, today is a run day, so I just gotta, you know what I'm saying, do what I do, like, trust, like, get the feels of what we got going on this week. Just stay locked in.
You know, you're known for speed, right? We spend all this time talking about your speed, one of the fastest guys on the team. But you also play with power too. Like, you have a physical style to your game as well.
5'8", 191.
Yeah, like you don't shy away from contact, and
nah.
And is that something that you take pride in?
Yeah.
You like to show people, like, I'm not just a speed guy?
Yeah, like, people be like, "Dang, I ain't know you can do that." I be like, "I know." I know you, like it's just like a trait that nobody, like, knew that I could do. Like before the season, like, Kyle would be like, I ain't gonna lie, you ain't gonna be able to bounce it every time. Like, you gotta get them A-gaps. I be like, bro, I know what I'm doing. Like, I got this. But no, I be like, yeah, I know, I ain't, but I'm gonna try though. If I can bounce it, I'm bouncing.
You know you can always beat them to the edge.
Yeah, but nah, I just trust my keys. If that's what I got, you gotta make something happen, because you lose 1 yard in the lead, they gonna be like, that's not what we do. Like, better get them 3, better get them 2, at least to the line of scrimmage. But nah, I knew that was like an underrated trait that I got. Like, nobody know about it.
Where did that power come from for you?
I don't know.
Is it from playing with your dad in the backyard? Like, how did you develop that for being a smaller frame guy?
My brother, we always, like, bump around, be like, I'm strong for real, like. But nah, it's just something that I always had. It's just, like, natural, like.
Yeah.
I can fall forward. I can get a yard.
Right, and I imagine that just puts a chip on your shoulder whenever people think you can't do something.
Yeah.
Has that been a driver for you?
Yeah. I can get it. Put me on in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Right.
I can get 2. Yeah. Plus, I'm small, so, like, a little crease would go a long way for me.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Well, I do feel like people sometimes they can't even see you.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah.
Do you try? Is there anything that you can do to try to help with that? Is it setting up your cuts that way to kind of?
Yeah, I try to hide sometimes.
Do you really?
Like, if pre-snap, if I see a linebacker, like, staring at me, I be like, he trying to kill me. So I try to hide. When he snap, and the lineman, like, stand up and block, I try to hide, try to lose him or whatever, or, like, show them I'm going this way and then come back, like, out this hole. It's just instinct. I don't know.
I like that. That's cool.
So when your dad played here and won the Super Bowl here, you weren't even born yet.
Nah.
So, do you have memories of him as a football player, as an NFL player?
Yeah, when he went to Jacksonville and Cincinnati. I only remember, the only game I remember was Cincinnati. We was in the stands. They were playing the Steelers. It was a wild game. I don't remember too much.
Yeah.
So it's not like you grew up, like, your dad was a former football player, but it's not like you necessarily grew up around the NFL because that chapter of his life had passed by the time you were really growing up.
Yeah, he retired 2006, so I was like 6 years old.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, 2008. He retired 2008.
Yeah.
I was like 6. I remember a little bit, like just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't remember too much.
How many times have you watched the highlight of the blocked field goal 90-yard touchdown return
I watch
against?
it all the time.
Like, honestly, if you're putting a number on it, just ballpark it. How many times have you seen that clip?
Too many. Too many times. Yeah.
Well, that play is in Ravens lore. I mean, that's a legendary.
When I got
remember
here, I was
watching that play as a kid.
I was surprised everybody like knew that one play. Like, oh, your dad made that.
Oh, that play was lit.
Dang.
That play was lit. I was watching fuzzy TV, bunny ears, antenna, and I remember being a kid and like jumping up and down.
Yeah, a lot of people here remember that play. I ain't really think everybody knew that play.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
that play was lit.
I guess.
So I mean, when you grow up, the son of a father who made a play like that, what does that do for you as a kid? Do you feel like, oh man, my dad, man, look at this, he's a legend, what was that childhood like for you?
Nah, so me and my brother always joke with my dad, like, here, bring it up. He be trying to like find some film and footage. Like, bro, you wasn't like that for real. Like, you wasn't like that for real. We always joke on. And then he finally found the highlights. Him getting pics. I'm like, oh, okay, then. He was
Then you believed a little bit?
Yeah. But I still, like, you ain't like that for real. He was like, I can hit. Like, I hit you. Like competition in the house. Like, you ain't ready for this. Like, but nah, we'll always be like, man, you wasn't like that for real. But nah, he showed us some highlights.
Okay.
You got a little something to him.
Yeah, you got a little something.
He wasn't quite as speedy though. He didn't have the speed though.
Nah, he was fast a little bit.
Not 22.6.
Yeah, nah.
and for you, like, but do you think that his experience in the NFL, like, it's interesting you tell the story about you called him, you told him you made a team, and he's basically, you can't make the club in the tub, and kind of like always reinforcing, I guess, good habits and what is expected of you. How does that experience from him shape you as a player as you're making it in the league right now?
I mean, he always told me since I was young, since I started playing football, I ain't never really think all that stuff mattered. Like he was like, you gotta take care of your body. Like, you gotta get in the cold tub. I hate the cold tub. I hate getting in there. But he was like, you got to. You gonna see. Like, one day you gonna make it in the league and you gonna see. Just watch all the older guys. How many times they get in the cold tub, get in the hot tub. Mm-hmm. But nah, I see it now. But I ain't. He always kept me in the loop of like being a pro. He was like, don't wait to do what pros do. Like, do it now. Like, when I was in middle school, do it now. So when we was in high school, like, yeah, we had like a little cold tub routine. Then every Thursday, the day before a game, we getting like a little hot tub. People put some Epsom salt, some rubbing alcohol in there. Like, I just felt good. But nah, he always gave us some little tips every day to this day. But he always kept me in the loop for that.
When did your NFL dreams really start to kind of follow in father's footsteps?
Like, when I wanted to be in the league?
Yeah, or when you thought you right. When did you want to? Did you have that dream as the son of an NFL player, or did you think you were going to play another sport? How did it work for you?
I always wanted to be in the NFL. I played other sports. I played basketball, ran track. Basketball, I couldn't shoot, so I let that go.
Probably a good idea.
But high school, I only ran track and played football. I always wanted to be in the NFL and see what that was like. But yeah, this is a dream come true.
That's cool. And at East Carolina, you ran for 2,500 yards and like 23 touchdowns your last 2 years. Declared early after your junior season. Can you take us through what went through that decision and ultimately brought you here? So it was a good decision.
Yeah. Nah, I just believed in myself. It was a hard decision. I was in Mexico when I posted it, though. Like, I was on vacation. I couldn't even enjoy because I was so in my head of what should I do. I had schools calling me, like, are you going to hit the portal? You going to enter the draft? Like, and that's when NIL was jumping. Like, they was throwing crazy money. Like, and I was like, man, I don't really, like, I can get that money now, but I don't know if, like, the dream, like, if I ever had a chance again. So I just trusted, believed in myself, and entered the draft, and things worked out.
And what does it feel like a dream right now? I mean, the story is just incredible. The son of an NFL player comes to his dad's childhood team, makes a team as an undrafted rookie. Now he's, you were the leading running back this past game against the Chargers, going into a stretch run, about to make the playoffs. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that stuff. And you could be a huge part of that whole equation, the offense. The story's incredible. Yeah. How do you approach all that? How are you handling that?
I mean, it's crazy. Like, at first when I was with the team, it was crazy. Like, damn, with all these guys, all these superstars, but now it's like you in the NFL too. Like, don't get too caught up of, like, who in the locker room, like, because they expect me to do, like, the things I've been doing, and it's like I can't let them down. Like I hear them talking about, like, our goal, like our end goal, and it's like, dang, they really, like, this the year, like, I gotta lock in, because, like I said, I'm getting a lot of experience right now. Like, I'm in the water fast. Like, I just gotta keep going, gotta lock in, and, like, you can't be caught up of the glory and in the NFL. Like, it's crazy. Nah, like,
right.
Okay, you here? Let's go to work.
Yeah.
Well, you know who the Ravens running back was in 2000 when they won the Super Bowl, right?
Who was?
It was a rookie.
For real?
Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis. Yeah, my dad talked about it.
Rookie year.
A little different running style.
Little bit different build.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, the rookie running back Super Bowl, there's a connection. There's a connection there.
Yeah. So, well, I hope that's the direction this is headed. Well, we'll let you lock in and get out to practice, Keaton. We appreciate you.
Thanks
so much, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, big thanks to Keaton Mitchell for stopping by the SeatGeek studio here on the Lounge Podcast. Also, we want to give a shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the Baltimore Ravens. They've got a limited time offer running right now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use the promo code FLOCK, and you can get a new customer deposit bonus up to $1,000. Again, the promo code is FLOCK at DraftKings Sportsbook. You need to be physically present in Maryland to play and at least 21 years old. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's something else you need to know, Ravens fans. GEHA wants to give you the chance to show your purple pride with an exclusive pregame Ravens tunnel experience. Be there as the Ravens get ready to take the field with the GEHA Tunnel Takeover Sweepstakes, which includes 2 tickets to the game, parking, passes to the Backyard Bash, and gift bags. Learn more at BaltimoreRavens.com/GEHA. Government Employees Health Association is a proud partner of the Ravens. So great stuff from Keaton. He's just he's a wide-eyed rookie, and he's like going through a lot, and it's been it's a whirlwind. But he's such a like mild-mannered, even-keeled guy that it seems like he's just like, yeah, it's happening. Like I'm doing it.
Yeah, like I said to him, like it does not seem like it's too big for him. Like you're almost sometimes like. The beauty of young players having success is like you don't know what you don't know. You're like being naive is almost a benefit, and then you just go out there as a young player and just play and not try to like make too much of the circumstances. And like all of us are talking about like the narrative and the story and the pressure and the expectations and the Super Bowl, all that stuff. But I think he's just like, yeah, man, like I'm just I'm just going out there playing. I got a good line. There's a lot of veteran players. I'm learning from them, and I'm just playing football. Like, I think that's he is kind of shrinking the magnitude of it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, because there's a lot of buzz around him. Ravens fans have been really kind of on the Keaton bandwagon since the summer, since preseason games started. They saw it, and there's just been this upswell of excitement around him, and it is good to see him kind of play it cool. And it's also wild to me, just the domino effect of how things come to be, right? If J.K. Dobbins doesn't go down with his season-ending injury in week 1, does Keaton Mitchell ever get a shot, or does he just spend his entire rookie year on IR?
Right.
Is it a redshirt year for him? Mm-hmm. And then the Ravens are sitting there rumored to be very much in the running back sweepstakes at the trade deadline. To that point, Keaton Mitchell had 2 offensive snaps in his career at the deadline. The rumors of them being interested in Derrick Henry and making a move that doesn't come to fruition. Mm-hmm. The first game after the deadline, he blows up.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, we have something here. It's confirmed in a game.
Yep.
And so had the Ravens made a move at the deadline, we might not have seen Keaton Mitchell also.
Yeah.
So it's just the stars aligning kind of for this kid with his childhood team that his dad played for. It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. And I think that like the trade deadline thing is really fascinating, and sometimes the best deals are the ones that you don't make.
Yeah.
And I think that, you give Eric DeCosta, they always talk about right player, right price, and trusting the guys and giving the opportunities to the players you have on the roster, and balancing the benefit of giving up future assets for a player that you can get right now, and contracts and all that stuff. It's all a puzzle. Mm-hmm. And part of that puzzle is giving an opportunity to a young player. Now, John Harbaugh did say after that Seattle game, like, it's not like they made the decision in the room, well, we've got Keaton Mitchell, we don't need to trade for Derrick Henry,
right,
for example.
Right.
But, like, you take all those factors into consideration, and they ultimately decided not to make a move. They ultimately did not make a move.
Right.
And now this opportunity presents itself for Keaton to go out there, and you feel pretty good about the decision to not give up future assets and let him get this chance. Like, he is electric. When he gets the ball in his hands, he has home run potential.
Every time.
It's fascinating to hear him say, like, oh yeah, I haven't even top speed. I haven't even opened it up yet. Like,
exactly. We got another gear.
Like that is impressive. And I think that we may see some top speed runs from him over the course of the rest of the season.
Well, it's also interesting to look at his role beyond this. As he said when he was looking at which team he wanted to sign with as an undrafted rookie, he looked at contracts involved. J.K. Dobbins is in the last year of his contract. This was the last year. He's going to be a free agent. Gus Edwards, same thing. When you look at who's under contract at running back for the Ravens next year, it's Keaton and Justice Hill.
Yeah.
And so, he has a shot even beyond next year or beyond this year to really take the reins. And I'm sure the Ravens are going to add more people to that room, and who knows if they bring Gus or JK back or they bring another free agent or what. But the way that Keaton Mitchell finishes this season and in the playoffs and whatnot could really set him up to be the Ravens' number 1 back for years to come.
Yeah. And with all of that said, I also still think I think the Ravens are going to find ways to get Keaton the ball. We did a podcast earlier this week talking about where things stand at the bye week, and both of us said we think that Keaton is going to be a guy who the Ravens prioritize getting the ball in his hands, get him the opportunity to go make plays, while also knowing that Gus Edwards is a really good running back who's going to get his carries and touches as well. Mm-hmm. Like, I still think this is going to be a shared workload down the stretch. I actually think that's best for everybody involved. You keep everybody fresh. You have different running styles. You have the big bulldozer and Gus, and you have Keaton who can hide behind the offensive lineman and then look for the home run.
Literally.
I think that balance is good for this team. They can work in different situations. So all of that, I think, is a really good mixture for this offense.
You know kind of what you're getting from Gus, right? I mean, he's averaged, 5 yards a carry consistently over his entire career. Almost every time that Gus touches the ball, you're getting positive yardage. That's the part of Keaton's game that he needs to eliminate, is there's been too many negative runs. It's been a little bit of feast or famine at times, and he kind of he referenced that. He said in the NFL, you get that negative yard run, you try to bounce outside and you get tackled for a 1 yard loss. The coach is like, nah, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm really excited about Keaton, but he's still a young guy that can get even better and polish his game more. And as he does with more reps over the course of the season, I think he's just going to get better and better and better and better. And it's really exciting.
The other thing I do like about Keaton a lot is his vision. He just seems to have a great feel for when to turn it upfield, when to bounce outside, weaving in and out of traffic.
He's got the total package.
He's really got a great vision.
When you look at the skill set, the whole package is there. Mm-hmm. We saw that in the Seattle game. The power running, ability to break tackles, breakaway speed, the vision, the patience. It's all there.
He can catch out of the backfield.
That's one reason. That's one way I think that he could become even more involved down the stretch without Mark Andrews as a check down option. Mm-hmm. Now we saw some of that from Isaiah Likely. I think that he's good run after catch as well. But Keaton Mitchell, I mean, you forget he had a chance. He could have caught a touchdown in the end zone against the Browns, and he had that one. He missed that opportunity, didn't make the catch by his own admission, just dropped it. But that was designed for him. That was a wheel route touchdown, long pass designed for him, and I'm sure there's more of that in the playbook.
Yeah, so we'll see if there's any of those plays that Todd Monken draws up when the Rams come to town this week. This is obviously a huge game. You got 5 games left in the regular season. You're fighting for a playoff spot. You feel pretty good about the playoff spot right now, but nothing is locked up yet. Yep. You're really fighting for the number 1 seed in the division title.
Well, division title and the number 1 seed.
And so if the Ravens win out, they're going to be the number 1 seed.
Yep.
And none of these games are easy. All 5 could end up being against playoff teams, including the Rams, who I think that a month ago you see this game on the schedule and you're like, the Rams, they're having a down season and yada, yada, yada.
They're kind of in a rebuilding year.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden they've won 3 straight and they are right in the hunt in that NFC playoff picture. So they're fighting for a playoff spot too.
Yeah, totally. This is a 6-6 Rams team. Like you said, 3-game winning streak. They had a 3-game losing streak before that, but they're playing good ball right now. And when you look at their offense, they have playmakers. I mean, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, right? He's thrown for 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick over the past 2 weeks. He's playing good ball. This is a veteran quarterback who's done it. Right. And so
he beat the Ravens here previously. We've seen that before.
Right. They won here last year.
Yeah, exactly.
They won here last year with Odell Beckham making
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago. Odell Beckham making a very clutch catch. Right. Odell was out last year. Late in that game, Cooper Kupp was a problem. Odell caught that late touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Yep. And so, we've seen it. They came over here and beat the Ravens. So they still have Cooper Kupp. They still have Matthew Stafford, and now they have the rookie wide receiver Puka Nacua, who's over 1,000 receiving yards already. And so you look at those weapons, and it's a challenge for this Ravens defense. It's a week that I'm really happy that the signs are pointing in the right direction for Marlon Humphrey to get back on the field. When you have Cooper Kupp, one of the best in the league when he's healthy at wide receiver, and Puka Nacua, that's 2 top-level receivers. The Ravens have played against some very good receivers in recent weeks. Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown. But T. Higgins was missing for the Bengals. I would say this, in terms of a 1-2 punch, is one of the better 1-2 punches the Ravens have seen all year.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, the Rams are a really good offensive team. Sean McVay is one of the best offensive minds in football.
Right.
He's a great coach. And so they're going to be a difficult offense to stop. I think that this is another test. They've had a couple of them. Going into the Chargers game, we were talking kind of similar stuff. This could be the best offense the Ravens have faced with Justin Herbert as a quarterback. And so now you face the other LA team, and some of those same narratives can exist. Now you have a veteran quarterback, and you've got these 2 weapons at wide receiver. They have a good running game, good offensive coaching.
Yeah.
So
Kyron Williams is a very good running back.
Very good running back.
Yeah, went for $143 and 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so he's going to be difficult to stop. Like they are a complete unit offensively, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they still have a future Hall of Famer and Aaron Donald in the middle. So, like a loaded talent team. They are going through a rebuilding process to some extent, but they're still right in the playoff picture.
Right. I mean, really, their roster construction by virtue of the salary cap and whatnot, they had to kind of purge.
Yeah.
But they have some superstars remaining. And then they have a lot of young players that you probably wouldn't recognize their names, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how they're built. And it's a young team that's coming together right now at the right time. And you have young players like Kyron Williams, second-year player out of Notre Dame, by the way. I wonder if Kyle Hamilton's going against him a few times in practice.
Yeah.
That'll be a good matchup,
Totally.
to be honest. And, when you have kind of like we're just talking to Keaton Mitchell, you have this young guy that's having all this success, and just kind of can get on a roll, right? You're a little oblivious. And so I think that this is going to be a tough challenge for the Ravens. It's one they need to win. When you look at obviously, like you said, you have to run the table. You don't have to, but probably have to run the table to get the number 1 seed, most likely. And you have some of the best teams in the league still remaining after this game. This is kind of you got to win this one at home.
Yeah.
And the Ravens have traditionally done that. They've been really good after the bye under John Harbaugh, the second best mark in the league in the first game after a bye under John Harbaugh. They've been really good against West Coast teams coming to Baltimore to play, except for 2 years ago when the Rams came here and beat us. But other than that, this is a game that I think the Ravens win and need to win.
Yeah. When you to your point, come after this is Jacksonville 49ers, Miami, Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Okay. So the Ravens knew coming out of this bye that the schedule was going to be a difficult stretch going into the playoffs. That's just the way it's worked out. And so you can't, you don't want to drop one of those at home. And I don't think any of these games are gimmies at all. Certainly not. But this one coming off of the bye at home is the most favorable matchup on paper, at least. And so I like the time for the Ravens to kind of get away, regroup, get healthy. The bye was much needed for this team.
Yeah.
Given the challenges that they had through the first 12 weeks. But now you have to get the benefit of that, and you actually have to deliver on that by coming out of the bye and getting the win.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the Ravens are a better team than the Rams. The Rams, you look at the rankings, they're middle of the pack, offense and defense. In turnovers, pretty much every category, they're in the middle of the pack in the league. And so the Ravens are at the top of the heap when you look at their effectiveness on both sides of the ball. So a healthier Ravens team coming off the bye, motivated, I think, to show people, you're all talking about it's a tough stretch and the schedule's really hard. All right, well, playoff mode engaged, as we talk about. Let's go get it done and finish strong here in the regular season, go into the playoffs hot. I think they're going to be very motivated to do so, and I expect a really big one! Big home win, let's go!